Hello, welcome. Oh, we got some echo. Hold on. First time doing a couple things. Got to change a couple things. All right. First time on Twitch. How you doing? How you been? I know been doing this for over a year and only just now getting on Twitch. So we're going to kind of little introductory to this place. My name's Gator. I talk about anything that I feel like, anything that bugs me, anything that makes me happy. I try to stay up with current events. Big wrestling fan, big sports fan. I'm just your average tank top wearing, backwards hat having. I was like, just son of a bitch. I mean, I'm just a plain guy, but I like to have all the information up and going. So, with that being said, we had something nice last night. If you are a wrestling fan, well, I say nice. I got my own opinions about all the matches and everything, but let me see how you feel about it. So, we know Money in the Bank. WWE, this has been something that catapults everybody to the main roster. And like makes everybody feel all special, warm and fuzzy, all the kinds of good stuff. And gets a up-and-comer, or someone who hasn't had a shot, who's not in the title scene, gets them their shot. So, what do we have? Let's jump straight into it, because I was big on this. I was actually incredibly happy about this. Oh, sorry. Hold on here. Get this going. First time on Twitch, using all this all fun stuff, so I'll work out all the kinks by the time it goes around. But first things, let's address the elephant in the room. R-Truth, Ron Killings, the 50-year-old who just refuses to age. I mean, damn. The man can still work a ring. He could still work a crowd. He could still entertain. So why on earth would the WWE let him go? Because RKO, or TKO, is the parent company of the WWE now. So they want to go younger. They want to go exciting, which means a lot of the older talent is going to finally put, and you know what? He's the oldest man on the roster that's still actively wrestling. So you can't say, it's not anything big, but that tweet out there that said pretty much, hey, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for letting me entertain you. And you know what? I dug it. It was a fitting end, but I was not happy about it. I was not happy with it one damn bit, because you had a superstar that could come out, work a crowd, enjoy the crowd, and make everybody entertain people. And you just like, bye-bye, thank you for coming. They could have kept him around as a bit player, come out, take a couple bumps, do what you need to do, but they just decided to throw it away. And I don't think this was a ploy. I do not. I think they actually released him. I don't think that it'll probably come out later where it was just all a hoax and all that stuff, but no, I think the WWE actually released R-Truth because he was an older wrestler, couldn't do it anymore full time, but he could still entertain, but it wasn't enough. So what does that mean? That means they had to let him go. But all the fans, we want truth chants. Oh, that John Cena, you can't handle the truth. Yes, we can handle the truth, because the R-Truth is just pure money anytime he's on the screen. He's hilarious. He's broken more characters in the ring than anybody else, because he just goes out there and he owns whatever skit he is doing. So Ron Cena, R-Truth, he should not be let go until there is a damn good reason to. And you know what, to be honest, I would have had him come back and be in the Money in the Bank and put him over. Because here's what that could have led to. That could have led to R-Truth skits literally bouncing all over the place. Like Money in the Bank, he could have brought it out, tried to cash in against Tiffany, against the women, against the women's title. Io Sky. He could have came out and tried to cash in for a like the IC championship or a speed championship. He could have went to NXT and tried to cash in for the NXT championship. This could have been drug out for months. I mean, he could have. I mean, one of the things that I even thought of, like, you could have the strap being put on Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman carrying around. He'd be coming out and he'd be like, "I'm here to cash this in against Paul Heyman." You tell me that wouldn't be hilarious. Tell me, come on. I'm begging you to try to tell me. I mean, I couldn't write it any better. But you know what? They did what they did. I liked the way it ended. I liked how R-Truth. Ooh, if you heard that, I'm bringing the thunder today. As a little storm coming through. But the R-Truth coming out and taking back Cena is pretty much them saying, yes, we made a mistake. You're not done. Let's put you back in this picture because you could do something along those lines. So I'm happy to see he's back. I don't think he was done. Now let's go to the rest of them. There ain't many because you know what? The old pay-per-views. Now, call me crazy. I miss those where we'd have 10, 11 matches where it'd be high-paced, fast, 10, 15-minute matches, and you left entertained. But now we get just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. Just 5? Shit. That's all? Damn. I mean, I could probably cover these real quick if I wasn't going to drag this out a little bit because I want to go into each. Now, Naomi winning the women's Money in the Bank. Let me tell you something. This was nothing more than to set up a match with Jade Cargill. They wanted to push Jade with good reason. She's a powerhouse, popular in the women's division. Give her a push. But there's been the beef with her and Naomi ever since that. I was like, so I see this as nothing more than to push a match where Jade Cargill wins the title and Naomi cashes in against her, or vice versa, or they use it as a championship match, whatever the case may be. It's going to happen along those lines. Naomi's a great talent. I mean, she's been around she's amazing athletic worker. But this really should have been used to boost another up-and-coming women's wrestler because you had amazing talent in that ring with her. And Naomi's had her WWE championship run. I mean, it should have been used to boost and promote another one because these are good for a year. Might as well drug it out. But no, let's give it to Naomi so we can set up Jade. All right. Now, Seth winning. 2-time Money in the Bank winner. I can already see how this is going to play out. Every time that Seth goes to cash in and try to win his championship, CM Punk will be there to stop him. He's going to cash in. CM Punk is going to interfere. He's going to try to cash in. CM Punk is going to jump out. He's going to have security around. CM Punk's going to be dressed as security. I mean, it's going to go that route. I see Seth not cashing in until CM Punk wins a title and then Seth comes out to cash in on him, or B, it just goes the distance and he cashes in on a regular match and then CM Punk interferes so he doesn't win. I mean, putting the strap on Seth when you have other talent makes no sense to me. I think if it did, it'd be more of a transitional because you have Jey Uso firing up the crowd, although those crowds aren't looking as fiery as whenever he was on the rise. Man, Jey, you gotta warm it up, man. 1 word, 4 letters. Yeet. But you got to keep people interested. That's how the Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund, Bruno Sammartino, that's how they stayed at the top for so long. Roman Reigns, for instance, let's keep it local and recent. He kept people in the seats. He kept people going. So if you could do that, then you can keep that title for as long as you want it. But people at the end didn't come to see Roman win. They came to see him lose. And every time they didn't, they were that much more upset and ready for the next match. That is true. I mean, that's how you do the showmanship on it. That's how you keep people going. The Thunder. I know y'all heard that one. That was getting close. But Seth winning, I was like, it's okay. It's not going to be bad because Seth is hugely popular, negatively or positively. It's going to be something. I'm curious how they're going to wind that out. I agreed with not putting it on LA Knight because, to be honest, I would put LA on Raw and have him start competing for the world title because he needs a world title. He's popular. He's got the sales. He's got the crowd. He needs a strap. So let's see if they can actually, as I do something with LA. To be honest, man, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the luchador, the high flyers on that match, that was more entertaining than the power, man. I think they should just do a luchador only Money in the Bank, because I would kill to see that match. That match would be so high flying, high impact for the entire time. It would be insane. I think everybody would leave like, damn, cannot believe that. So now here's my one negative of the night. Becky winning the championship, the IC championship, was pointless. You have a credible superstar like Becky Lynch, the man. Her character is not going anywhere. She will go down as she'll be a WWE Hall of Famer, no question, as she should be. Her resume speaks volumes. But putting her as a heel against Valkyria and having her beat her. Now, this has set up the second match where Becky won. Lyra Valkyria won the first one. This is going to set up a big one, probably SummerSlam or Royal Rumble. We'll see how far they're going to take it. I doubt they'll go all the way to WrestleMania, but you never know. Triple H does like the long game when it comes to storytelling. So now, here's one that I hope that they do not screw up. And I truly mean this in all regards. Happiness, please don't screw this up. Dirty Dom, the IC Championship. He retains. Dirty Dom has put this IC Championship back on the map finally, because it's just been a secondary title, which usually gets overlooked in pay-per-views. So for the first time, it's getting some love in a while. Usually you got to wait till you got a 2-night event for it to get some love. That way they could squeeze it in somewhere for a little 5-10 minute match. Call it a day. Ooh. I think I might have lost you there for a minute. For over 3 decades, Kwikset Jewelry and Watch Repair has been serving the DFW Metroplex, bringing new life to old and damaged jewelry. From new loves to old flames, we can take care of all of your jewelry needs. Birthdays, anniversaries, or a good old-fashioned just because, we can make, design, or fix the perfect piece for the perfect gift or the perfect fit. Kwikset also will repurpose or purchase all of your old and unwanted gold or silver. With 5 locations around the DFW Metroplex, Kwikset is just a quick drive to find your forever jewelry location. Let Kwikset bring new life to old favorites. All right, I think we got all the technical difficulties out of the way. So, as we were saying, Dirty Dom in the IC Championship has finally done some good, credible work to it. The whole thing behind it is the IC Championship forever was nothing. It became a sideshow. It used to be something great. I mean, boastful. You had Pat Patterson. You had Ultimate Warrior. You had Honky Tonk Man. A lot of big superstars used the IC belt to springboard into the World Championship or the main event status. And there has not been anybody that's put heat on that belt forever. I think the first one to do it in a long time was Gunther. And he did it right. He went out there, performed, made you want to see it, waited for you to lose. Everybody wanted him to lose. So when that didn't happen, it brought on a whole bunch of other things. So, but putting the strap on Dom is made it credible, not like so credible that it's like above the world, but it is back in the status of pay-per-views. I mean, there was not a U.S. championship match on Money in the Bank. There wasn't even a tag team championship, which I'll save the tag team for another day, because the WWE has completely screwed that shit up, and it deserves a whole segment to it. But the IC belt used to be something major, where it was that springboard. And now it's not, just like the U.S. Championship is not. It's just something someone wears until they figure out they want to put something on someone else. I liked what they've done in the past few years, where Gunther, as they brought credibility, brought stability to it. Dirty Dom is actually catapulting it, making it mainstream on it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do on that. I would leave that strap on him no longer, or at least till Royal Rumble. Let him fight to get it back. Set up a WrestleMania, something like that. But it deserves to be around his waist for a little bit because it's entertaining. And that's the E in WWE, is entertainment, man. Come on. Discussed that with R-Truth earlier. Yeah, I'm going to drop some R-Truth on you. But, all right. So, while we're on the wrestling, Hulk Hogan has made, well, not big news, but he's made news. Something near and dear to my heart. I am a lover of wings. I love wings. And it broke my heart to hear whenever Hooters was filing for bankruptcy back in March. It hurt my feelings so bad, y'all. I almost cried. Almost. It came this close. I didn't, but I almost did. But the Hulk Hogan's company, Real American Beer, is filing for, or is willing to buy a cash offer, mind you, for the naming rights, not the restaurant. They do not want to be involved in any of the restaurant operations, things like that. They just want, plain and simple, I want to be able to sell that name. Because everybody knows Hooters Wings. They knows the Hooters Girls. We used to have the Hooters calendar. It was awesome. Then all these namby-pampies just screwed it up for everybody. As long as he doesn't change the name to Hulk's Hooters, I'm okay with it. I was like, because the one thing that Hogan knows better than most out there is how to brand yourself and how to put that out there. That man spent his entire career building his brand, everybody knowing the name Hogan, everybody knowing that if he was going to be a main event, in the main event, around the main event, he could show up and speak, and it was going to be worth people buying a ticket. So the man knows about branding, plain and simple. But right now, if you're a Hooters fan, the franchises are continuing to operate. They're selling the remaining 151 stores and moving to a franchise structure, kind of like your McDonald's, your Taco Bell, all that stuff. It's not going to be like if you think one person owns McDonald's. No, they basically sell the name or rent the name to people, and then these private investors run the operations, or they hire people to run the operations the way they need to be. So, but there was a lot of combination of factors that it is making Hooters file for bankruptcy, including declining foot traffic, inflationary pressures, and increased competition as contributing to the bankruptcy filing. Okay, here's where I'm going to step in. Hooters used to be a place. They literally had 4 beers on tap. I can still name them. It was Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors Light. Oh, no, they had some Miller there for 2, so maybe 5 or 6 beers. That's all they had. They had beer. They sold wings. They had fries. I think they had fried pickles back then, but I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It was wings, beer. That's what you did whenever you went to Hooters. And you watched the game. And, a lot of people were like, oh, my God. I was like, I can't believe you go there and you watch these half-dressed naked women just sitting around. Oh, how do you live with yourself? I was like, comfortably. Like phenomenally, because you know what? I got a full stomach. I watched some Cowboys play some football and had one of the cutest girls flirt with me for half an hour. I was okay with it. Come on, you think my fat ass gonna get flirted by a girl like that in real life? No, shit, no, I know it was fantasy, but damn it, it made me feel good. I was like, them women work for them tips, and God bless them for that. So I was like, it was perfect the way it was. Then you got a guy that wants to be a Hooters girl, which kind of fills the agenda for today, but that's a subject for another time. You have all these contributing factors. I was like, but it just led to Hooters trying to make them a family restaurant. They're not a family restaurant. They're a bar that serves food. And they used to be a good bar that served beer. I was like, but then they started changing everything, man. They're trying to keep up with these fees. It was your legacy to just do things the way you used to do. Beer, wings, Hooters Girls merchandise. I mean, I'm not going to lie. How many guys out there bought their girl a way too small Hooters girl outfit and just said, baby, try this. Oh, baby. Oh, here, bring me this food. Bring me the food, baby. Oh, my God. I'm in heaven. Yes, I'm sure that happened out there plenty of times. There were girls dressed up as Hooters girls on Halloween. But there was too many damn people that complained about it I'm just like, go up the street and eat someplace else. Leave me the fuck alone so I can enjoy my wings and Hooters girl. Okay. That being said, it's not closing. I was like, Hogan's trying to make a cash offer for it, for the naming rights. And if he builds the brand, the restaurants might benefit from it. I ain't going to lie. It could do it. But he has no intention of running the stores. He has no I'm sure there'll be like 2 or 3 of them that he owns, part of the deal. But he has no intention of operating these restaurants. He's just buying the name. That's all it is. So if you've heard otherwise, he ain't trying to save the restaurants. He's trying to, in his words, update Hooters' brand while retaining its core identity, aiming to appeal to a younger audience. You know, just serve wings and beer, and now you got a full bar there. So why are we bitching? You had the whole formula there at the beginning, and then you try to screw it up because of competition and things. Yeah, you know what Pluckers doesn't have? They don't have a bunch of half-naked women walking around. Why do I want to go to Pluckers? Because their wings taste delicious. Wingstop. Why do I get Wingstop? Because their wings are delicious. Hell, you can't even sit down and eat in most of them anymore. You got to pick it up and leave. They're like, get the hell out. Thank you for coming. So Hooters, with all these benefits of a restaurant, full bar, Hooters girls, how are you losing? Because you're appealing to the wrong audience. Plain and simple. What do you have the formula for making a great restaurant for guys, their friends. Some of them are going to be female. Take their girlfriend because they like the wings. I don't care. But you had a great formula and it worked. And then you tried to compete with these other places. All you had to do was stay the course and you would have won. All right. I was like, okay, that's enough. Hooters time. All right, done. I can live with that. But they're hoping for a deal to complete and merge from bankruptcy within a few months. So we'll see how that goes. All right. All that is done. All right. And, I'm going to talk a little bit about the beef with, President Trump and Elon Musk. Man, these are two billionaires arguing over petty shit. Well, it ain't petty to us, but, it's kind of big deal for us, but they're arguing over petty shit. I was like, it's basically having a mean tweet war, but you know what? I'm okay. We voted for this, and I'm good with it, to be honest. If nothing else, it's entertaining. Bill Clinton played the saxophone. He did that thing. George W., he cracked some jokes. We're good. It's entertainment. But you know who's going to come out ahead on this, really, is you have Trump, which people love. They love him because he just flat out says what's on his mind. I was like, and you have Elon, who is South African, mind you. He owns X. So guess what's going to happen? He'll just block Trump's posts before they even happen, and he'll win this in easy legislation. But Elon isn't back down. And it really started whenever Trump cut his funding for X, or not X, but SpaceX. So I have a feeling that was the beginning, because SpaceX was actually doing things. NASA's doing things too, but come on, let's face it. Elon was in a hurry. If you ever seen that show For All Mankind, the privateer really pushed things to get things further, faster. And I think that's what Elon was doing. And to be honest, Trump should have backed that. That's where, I was like, if you want to get to Mars, that's how you go faster. So, but no, if you haven't seen anything, I'm sure you've seen the memes and all that stuff out there. You got to check it out. It's hilarious. I highly say yes, enjoy. But I'll leave that as it is. But the tariff thing that he was imposing, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it at that. President Trump, if you want that tariff to work, then you need to make sure that at least 70% of the things sold in America have the words made in the USA on them. You want those tariffs to work? You support small business. You help small business grow. Because then you have factories, you have workers, you have quality products that may cost a little bit more than some 6-year-old in China made. But you know what? That's how you can impose those tariffs versus just putting them out there. Because then people are going to want, if a lot of things here in the United States are made in the United States, then people want to bring their stuff here. We are the largest consumer in the world. Do you think people really want their stuff to not be here? Everybody else doesn't spend money on things. We spend money on stupid things that we don't need. Yes, they want their stuff to be here, but they don't want to pay 35, 40% tariffs. But if you want them to pay that, then you better damn well have the Made in the USA support your small business. Let your small business grow. Because if you do not do that, then it doesn't matter what you say or what you sign in, it will not work. So, Mr. President, I support you in the fact that of doing things, but in this, you need to focus on small business, growing America's economy, and then you can enforce those tariffs. All right. So I'm going to get off my high horse on that one. But I'm going to take a quick second, and then I'll be right back to wrap this show up with some final closing thoughts. I'll be right back. For over 3 decades, Kwikset Jewelry and Watch Repair has been serving the DFW Metroplex, bringing new life to old and damaged jewelry. From new loves to old flames, we can take care of all of your jewelry needs. Birthdays, anniversaries, or a good old-fashioned just because, we can make, design, or fix the perfect piece for the perfect gift or the perfect fit. Kwikset also will repurpose or purchase all of your old and unwanted gold or silver. With 5 locations around the DFW Metroplex, Kwikset is just a quick drive to find your forever jewelry location. Let Kwikset bring new life to old favorites. All right, back to wrap this whole shindig up. One thing I'm gonna kind of lead it on. I started playing Fortnite with my daughter, and man, that game has really changed my outlook on everything. Man, I hear a car drive by, and I'm like, some bitch coming after me. You see me jump in a bush and stuff. I mean, I got pretty good during Star Wars version of it, man. Unlimited ammo, blasters, and the lightsabers. I miss my lightsaber, y'all. I miss my lightsaber. God, I miss my lightsaber. It helped out those last couple that really weren't that good, but got lucky because they had hid in a bush and waited for everybody to die. Yeah. I went out and started, found my strategy. I was a hunter. I waited, walked around, found gunshots, went that direction, took them out. I'm not one of them, I'm gonna jump up and down type thing. I'm like, no, I got to aim, I got to shoot, I got to have a target. So, but been playing, loved Star Wars. Now, they do the new Super season, just started yesterday. Not bad. Broke my heart because I am not as good as I thought I was. I'm nowhere near as good as I thought I was, man. I was like, man, you do not know how much unlimited ammo and things like that help you in a game like that. Damn. It was a night and day. Like my first match playing in regular, and I was like, oh, great. I finished 84th. Second match, 59th, getting better. Third match, 96. Shit. Man, it took me about 3 hours of playing before I finally got back into some groove on it, because it definitely was not having any of that love on it. But I finally got back into it, started doing some good on it, but I do miss all the things about the last season. I'm a Star Wars fan, so I had to play. I played it a lot during Star Wars time. Made it for the final assault on the Death Star and stuff, but it was a great time on it. I'm looking forward to getting better. Daughter got me onto it, so I'm gonna play. And when we do duos, I can't let her down because she's really good. She will kill all the people, and I'm making sure that she doesn't die. That's my job, is making sure she doesn't die while she kills all the people. So I get a kill here and a kill there, but she is, I was like, bang, 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 da, 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 move on, jumped up, and like, gone. We won, yay. I mean, she's great. First match we ever played, I did not do jack shit, and somehow we still won. I was lucky if I just accidentally shot someone with a shotgun. I mean, that's how, but we still won somehow. But that's how, I was like, the last few nights now, I'm missing my daughter, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, she's spending a little time with her mother. Got to do that. I was like, but man, it's too quiet here now. It's too quiet, too clean. I don't hear a bunch of people telling me they're hungry, or the same person telling me they're hungry all overtime. She still calls and asks me for money for Fortnite, V-Bucks and stuff, but no, not like, I was like having her home, and I do miss that. I miss her a lot. I was like, she's going to spend a little time with her mother this summer, for a month or so, and then come back home. But, till that, I was like, I'll keep going over there, spending some time with her when I can, and then have my little tidbits. So I don't, kind of like a fiend, just gotta get it off. I was like, get a little bit of time with my baby girl, and then back with her mother. I was like, that way I don't go completely insane, because, man, I love being a dad. I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, first show I ever did was on Father's Day. Don't regret it at all. I mean, it was great. I loved it. I mean, ever since then, it's kind of taken off. Now, we got Twitch here for the first time. If you are not following me on Twitch, you should be. You should be. But that's okay if you're not. This is mainly a game, and I'm kind of doing a podcast on it, so it's kind of different, but, it's cool. We'll see how many people this comes up, and I'm going to kind of dance between this, add TikTok and all that stuff in a little bit. But, there comes a time when we must always say goodbye and say goodnight. I was like, and this be that time. I was like, be a good old time. I'm glad we had this feeling. Glad we had this talk. And I hope for me being out for so long, I promise not to be away for this long again. I'll get up and speak on some stupid shit from now on before I go away this long again. But I'm going to call it a night. I will get this edited and get this on all the platforms. I'm on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Be About It podcast. Look for your boy Gator out there. I'm going to say how it is, tell you what I think, and I'm not going to hold back. Drop some BHOs. That's brutally honest opinions for the new listeners. So with that being said, I will say goodbye. I miss you already, and I will see you next time. So y'all have a great one. It's always a pleasure. Take it easy, y'all.